I would say 90% of the people that are in jail now are for one reason only: self-control. I really hope. You've got a lot of stuff going on.
Yes, sir.
If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? I don't agree. I'm going to find no probable cause in your case. The only thing I'm going to tell you is be careful.
On your docket, we were reset today for the state to eval, which they have done. And I have a pretrial contract that was printed today. We just need some time to get community service done.
She has to do this community service?
Service in 2 classes, and I think she's already done 1 class. And
Great.
we're waiting on another one.
Is she here now?
She is here, Judge.
Ms. Mitchell, come up.
Hours of community service?
Hi, John D. So I would assume, what are the classes?
Decision-making. Anger management, Judge.
And anger management, okay. Have you done any of the classes now?
I'm back in Beaumont since this case has occurred. My probation sent me back. So they're gonna have me doing thinking of a change and completing my community service and doing MHMR. So that's the only things I have to do in probation.
This case, or are you on probation?
I'm on probation.
She's on probation in Jefferson County, Judge, but in addition to that, this case, she's already done an anger management class that she's brought to my office last week. But now the state's offering, in addition to that, effective decision-making 20 hours for it to get dismissed. So I'm not sure if the community service she does while on probation can be used in conjunction with this, but I'm sure we can work something out.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I mean, have you done the community service yet?
Yes, I have done some of my community service.
Okay, then I guess make sure that Michael is okay.
Sure.
I am, but you got to understand, if you're on, is it felony or misdemeanor probation?
It's a felony probation.
I mean, self-control. I would say 90% of the people that are in jail now are for one reason only: self-control. They act without thinking and say, if I do this, what's going to happen? If I say this, what's going to happen? And then you end up back in jail. You pick up a new case now, and you're on felony probation. Jefferson County is a really tough county. They don't toy around like here in Harris County. You violate over there, they're gonna lay you out. You understand that by pleading guilty to this case now, they can revoke that probation, resulting in further confinement.
I'm not pleading guilty. I gave her all the evidence.
That's right. We're not doing it.
Right, Judge,
Yeah.
we're not
So,
entering a guilty.
but at some point, you got to understand they're not going to continue to bend over backwards to help you.
That's why.
Right?
Because that was the problem.
You have to say anything else.
Well, self-control. It takes 2 to tango, right? You get into a pissing match with other people, you get into a fight. Don't matter. Everyone's going down. Just think about that. Self-control. All right. So how long is it going to take you to get all this stuff done?
Right now, they got me looking for a job out there. I have an interview today. So hopefully after Thanksgiving, because everything's going to be shut down probably tomorrow.
Well, I don't want to, set you up to fail. I mean, your case is old, but we need to give you enough time that you can get it done.
Can we do the 1st or 2nd week of January?
That day-for-day warning, that's judicial pressure. The judge isn't threatening jail, he's threatening inconvenience, accountability, and public embarrassment. Reset after reset until the work gets done. Miss the deadline, and your life becomes court dates.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It is, but I know that with Christmas falling right behind Thanksgiving, if she gets it done before, then I can always.
My fear is that we get to Christmas, this, that, and nothing gets done. We're here in January, and then nothing's gotten done. I will give it to you, but I'm going to tell you now, have it done. I will carry you day for day until you have it done. I'm literally will reset you Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday to Thursday to Friday, and then to next Monday until you have it done. Your case is 212 days now. We're giving you another 40 days now. You got to have it done. And if you don't, I'm telling you, I'm going to roll you day for day until you have it done. You understand?
And
It's
she's
not hard.
proactive.
Everything can be done online.
She's pretty proactive. She's come to my office often and brought me evidence and proof of her classes. So she's doing everything she needs to. And
It's a
this is
sweetheart deal.
PTI.
It's a sweetheart deal. Work it. All right? Self-control. All right. Good luck, Ms. Mitchell. All right. Thank you. All right. Good morning, Mr. Houlihan. So you understand that you're entering into a very serious probation. We take it seriously. And if you continue to, if you violate at this point, I mean, we can put you in a rehab facility, right? So just no alcohol from any source. That's all we're asking you to do. Stay out of trouble. If you don't have a license, don't drive. You know, these probations are typically pretty easy. All you have to typically do is 2 classes, stay out of trouble, and don't drink. And as long as you can do that, then you're walking out of here, you know?
Yes, sir.
What are the conditions that we have, Shatori?
Thinking for a change,
Okay,
DWI education, 2 victim impact panels, TRAS, random urine analysis, no refusals.
what that means is that if you are pulled over and an officer asks you to submit a breath sample, you have to do it. If you don't, then you're in violation of this probation.
No drugs or alcohol. And the guardian interlock.
Do you have you've got the scram now.
Yes, sir.
So what we'll do is when you get your, is this license suspended, Alex? Do you know? Can you run it?
I don't
please?
have a vehicle
Yeah,
either.
I'll run it, Your Honor.
Then you will need to get a portable breath test device. And when you do that,
The scram monitor? Okay,
I'm paying for it now.
okay,
That thing's around $400 to $500 a month.
okay. I understand.
So as opposed to the handheld device, which is probably about $100 a month. So if you want to keep it, you can, but it's costly. And once you get on probation, I can't pay for it for you.
I understand.
You will be responsible for the fines and fees. You know, I can take off and I can reduce your fines and fees, but there's outside vendor stuff I can't pay for, like your DWI education class, you'll have to pay for that. It's $30, right? The victim impact panels, you will have to pay for that. TRAS, can I waive the fee? I'll waive your TRAS fee, which is around, that's what, $200? Yeah, so I'll waive that fee
I
for you.
appreciate that.
But remember, this probation is not about the money. It's about you doing what you're saying you're going to do in the time that they tell you to do it. So there's a certain time for you to finish everything.
Your Honor, it's suspended.
Your license is not suspended. So one of the other things I want to
Yes,
do.
it is.
He was suspended.
There's an ALR suspension.
There is a
isn't
suspension.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, sir.
So we will, as part of this probation now, require you to get your Texas driver license. I want you to get it so that at some point you can become a legal driver.
That day-for-day warning, that's judicial pressure. The judge isn't threatening jail, he's threatening inconvenience, accountability, and public embarrassment. Reset after reset until the work gets done. Miss the deadline, and your life becomes court dates.
But you have to have insurance, and you're not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have a guardian interlock on it. If you're caught, then that's a violation of your probation. Don't just do stuff. You get permission first.
Yes, sir.
Don't try to do and beg for forgiveness after the fact, because it doesn't work here.
Yes, sir.
You understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept the probation, you're stuck with it until you complete it or it gets violated. Now, the agreement that you're entering into is 180 days jail time to be probated for 18 months. This will now reflect as a conviction on your record. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. No proverbial slaps on the wrist. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
So what, does that mean I can go, when do I go take the scram monitor?
First, you get the portable device, When you get that, we will take that
Okay,
ankle monitor off. I want to know that you have something that's
sir.
testing you before we just take that off. We're not going to take your word for it that you're going to go get it, you know?
Yes, sir.
But the minute you get it, let us know, and then we'll take that off, and then you can keep the other one. If you fail, if you pick up a new case, don't do your stuff, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out in Orange, and we're going to talk about if you violated or not. And if they prove it to me, you're looking at 180 days in jail.
Yes, sir.
Understand? You have any questions? How do you plead to the offense? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? All right. I will find you guilty. I'm not going to suspend your license. So just take care. You have the ability to get it back. What do you do for a living, Mr. Houlihan?
I'm in the process of, I need to take the Texas Health and Life Insurance exam. And then once I pass the exam, I'm going to be working for an insurance company.
How do you support yourself now?
Right now, living at home with my mother.
Good. Stay there. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, I graduated law school. I still went and lived with my folks. Man, I lived with my folks until I was like 35. There's nothing wrong with it. I saved a crap load of money, you know, and, you know, that's what you do, right?
And it's
Until you-
also,
there's nothing wrong with it.
also work from home as well. So.
Great. Just take care, you know,
Yes, sir.
work at home, stay at home, make a lot of money, keep a lot of money in the bank, and then you venture out. Don't do things backwards, like have a kid now, because that's, do you have any kids?
38 years without kids on.
Well, perhaps one day you'll get blessed, but just do things in the right order, and
Yes, sir.
then things will work out for you. I'm going to waive your supervisory fees, your DPS fines and fees and surcharges. Meaning I'm taking off around $4,000 of fines and fees that you would otherwise be required to pay. And if you don't get a license. But I'm going to tell you now, if you come back here with another DWI, a second DWI, there's a surcharge of $6,000, not to mention court costs. So you roundabout leave here with about $7,000 in fines and fees. So if you want to get lit in the future, just don't get into a car.
I don't have any interest in drinking at all anymore, honestly.
Time heals all wounds, Mr. Houlihan. Say that again.
Talk to them about marijuana too, because that seems to be the problem.
Marijuana can be a DWI with marijuana as well. It doesn't have to be just, if you take too much NyQuil, what happens? Right. So it doesn't have to be just alcohol. All right. Good luck. Don't smoke weed.
Yes, sir.
Smoke weed. Mr. Cope. How are you?
Amazing,
I'm sorry?
amazing, sir.
I hope. I really hope. You know, you've got a lot of stuff going on. And wow. All resolved.
All resolved.
What happened?
I know it.
Everything got dismissed.
Everything's done.
So no more probation.
No more probation. I'm tired of that.
Did you learn anything? If you learn one thing leaving here today, Mr. Cope, patience. Patience goes so far in life. When you are confronted with someone who's an a-hole, exercise patience. You know, it don't matter. Even if you're right and they're wrong, with your record, if a cop rolls up to you, they will probably hard pressed to take your side because of your record, you know. But if you exercise patience, right, or walk away, if you see a situation that's getting out of control, it's really going to serve you well. You know, I cannot tell you how lucky you are, really, that you're with this. You were on probation for an aggravated robbery with the where was it, the arson? Yeah.
Your Honor, he took a 10-month jail on the MAJ for the arson. That's
Is that what it is? But he's got sufficient credit that you're probably walking out of here today, right, Mr. Cope? But what I'm saying is patience goes a long way. Even, you know, if you get into a pissing match with an officer, anyone that has a power of arrest, who's going to win? Right. Every single time. I don't care if you're right. I don't care if you're wrong. You're still going to get it. So just patience. Tuck your tail. And, if you ever have an issue, come back to me and I'll help you too. If you ever need help, come back to me here and I'll do what I can to help you out. If you need, shelter. I mean, I can't give you money, but
Housing.
whatever. If someone's messing with you in life, come back to me. We can try to work it out somehow. I can give you a lawyer. We can work things out somehow, some way. But patience, man. It really goes a long way.
So I'm just serious. As you asked me what I've learned, I've started to let things go more than I did 2 years ago.
It's great.
I've started to just learn to let things go instead of, someone does something that sometimes you just gotta walk away. Like I'm dead serious about that. I'm not joking.
You know what that's called, right? Mature. You're growing up. And part of growing up is the fact that you recognize, hey, shit, if I get into this situation, I'm not going to win. You get into it with them, you're never going to win. It doesn't matter. So just don't. Walk away. Come here. I'll talk with you. We'll hang out. Whatever we need to do. The other thing is this, is that if you're ever in a car, you smell like dope, you smell like alcohol, it's not going to go well too. You're pleading now to this DWI. This DWI is going to go on your record. Understand that from evermore, you get pulled over, you smell funky, it's not going to go well. You understand?
Yes.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement, Mr. Cope. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country. You're giving up the right to appeal. When you plead guilty, that's it. I want to let you know one more thing. So what did he ultimately plead to?
So he ultimately pled on the MAJ for the arson. He pled to the 10-month state jail sentence.
So you pled to a state jail felony, or does he have a third degree on your record? Because I want you to understand that if you have a third degree on your record and you pick up a serious felony, the next time you could be a potential 15 to life case. So that's why I'm saying if you pick up a serious felony, it could be a minimum of 15 years. All right. How do you plead to the offense of DWI?
I plead guilty to driving while intoxicated.
I'll find you guilty. I'll sentence you to it. What are we doing?
3 days for 121.
So 3 days, 121? 121 days credit, Mr. Cope. I really wish you the best of luck, man. I hope you go out there, start working, killing it, making a ton of money. Really, that's what life's about, buying nice things, right? Get out there and make the world a better place, all right?
How come you know where your boat's at today?
No, I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I'm my bad. My
It's
bad.
okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You know what? I got to change it up,
Okay.
But we're trying to look good for you. All right, my friend.
Thank you, Your Honor.
180 days driver license
And
suspension.
waive the-
Yeah, please.
Waive the fee for.
Of course, of course. Mr. D, I need. Good morning, Mr. Hunter. You were charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Officers were conducting a trespass investigation at a gas station in a high crime area where narcotics/gang activity frequently occurs. Officers observed the defendant's vehicle parked for approximately 30 minutes in front of a no loitering sign at the gas station. The officers approached the vehicle and observed a strong odor of marijuana. Officers then observed in plain view a handgun between the driver's seat and the center console.
All right, Mr. Hunter, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
No, sir.
You are not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're on probation or parole at this time.
No, sir.
You are now working your fourth case within the last year, your third gun case. Tell me, what do you do with yourself? Do you work?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I was a family dollar.
Do you work full time? How much money do you make a month?
$1,600.
I'm glad that you're working. I want you to continue working. Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
You did, great. Okay. Do you want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No more dope. I'm going to test you. And if I find that you continue to smoke dope, it's not going to go well. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
I will test you 40 to 45 days from today. If you test positive, it's not going to go well between us. You stop now. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
There will be consequence because it's the fourth case, and I'm ordering you now not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to test you like crazy. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to put on an application. I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'll get you to Stephen to fill out the application. We'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria, and then we'll have you hang tight.
Will there also be state law conditions?
No, because I'm going to monitor him and make sure he's not using. So we'll just, everything will be withdrawn.
Next is page 10. Mumford. You swear
Yes, sir.
Did you say they found weed on him or no?
I don't think it was in her. I think it was in her.
What is your last name, sir?
Mumford.
Page 10.
Thanks. Mr. Mumford, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 4th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a call at a parking garage in Harris County, Texas. Officers made contact with complaining witness who stated that she and her coworkers, including the defendant, were working inside the parking garage. And the complainant messaged the defendant asking where he was located. And the defendant suddenly arrived at the third level where she was located and began to yell and scream at her. And it stated he threatened to beat her ass.
Were they together at the same place?
They were on the same, so they both work at the parking garage, I believe, and they were both on the same level. Like it was in person, the threat was made in person.
Did you say she was in fear?
I don't see that in the Dunes, Judge, but let me really quickly the offense report. I don't see that alleged in the OR, Judge.
Mumford.
So the only thing the state would say, Judge, is our position is, I know it doesn't say that complainant said she was in fear for her life, but the charging instrument, it's not one of the elements we have to prove. We just have to prove that the defendant intended to place the complainant in fear of serious.
I don't know. Let's see. A person commits an offense if he threatens to commit any offense involving violence to any person or property with intent to place any person in fear of imminent serious bodily injury.
So, and Judge, just to remedy the issue, we checked the probable cause affidavit on the charging instrument. On the PC affidavit, it does say that she stated she was in fear for her life.
That's the only thing I want to know is she in fear? How do we know?
Yes, Judge.
Because a lot of people make these stupid ass threats all the time and, you know, it's just,
I understand, Judge.
tell me what it says. And does she say that she was in fear?
Let's see, oh, it does say that the defendant came to level 3 where she was located and screamed at her, threatened to beat her ass. She stated that this scared her and made her in fear of serious imminent bodily injury.
And where is that?
This is in the charging instrument, the PC paragraph.
That's just the charge. But I get it. That's just because they put that in the charge. Nowhere in the OR does it say that she's in fear. Nowhere else does it say she's in fear. That's just because they always put that on every information with regard to this.
I understand, Judge. And
Yeah.
the only position we have is that it's not one of the elements the state has to prove.
I don't agree. I'm going to find no probable cause in your case. The only thing I'm going to tell you is be careful, you know, really. Words
Yes, sir.
have meaning. Words can hurt, right? Pen is mightier than the sword. Words can hurt. So be careful. All right. Okay. Take a seat, please.
All right, Judge, we have one Spanish arraignment.